Hello, my name is Ifa binti Muhammad Tajuddin and my matrix number is 285461. Blockchain definition. It is a distributed and decentralized digital ledger technology used to record transactions across multiple computers in a way that ensures the security, transparency, and immutability of the data. It enables more secure management and storage of digital identities by providing unified, interoperable, and tamper-proof infrastructure with key benefit to enterprises, users, and IoT management systems. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Kamayuna Usna binti Imanaf and my matric number is 286410. Today I'm going to describe about the 3 use cases that can be used in the blockchain. The first one is self-sovereign identity, which is SSI. This is the concept that people and businesses can store their own identity data on their own devices, choosing which pieces of information to share to validators without relying on a central repository of identity data. This identity could be created independent of nation-state, corporates, or global organizations. The second one is data monetization. Data monetization refers to using personal data for quantifiable economic benefits. Data on its own has value, but insight derived from personal identifiable data substantially increase the value of underlying data. Currently, the online data that we generate is intangible, invisible, and complex. Attribution is critical in the process of ownership, and SSI make it possible to attribute your online data to your DID. From there, individuals could monetize their personal data, for example, by renting it to AI training algorithm or choosing to sell their data to advertisers. Users would also have the option to keep their data hidden and protected from corporation or government. The last one is data portability. This data portability can grant users the right to data portability, which pertain to the data subject right to have their personal data transmitted directly from one controller to another when technically feasible. This right have the potential to enhance user experience, cutting down on the need of verify their identity across various services and platforms. With the ID and variable credentials, it is possible to migrate identity that were anchored on one target system to another with ease. This is especially useful for reduced customer onboarding time that avoids dropout rates and cut costs in the financial sector by skipping the cumbersome identity verifications process where usually a lot of documents need to be provided and checked. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Atira binti Muhammad Zubair. My matric number is 287854. I will continue with challenges of blockchain. First, scalability. Since each block in the chain contains a set number of transactions, the size of the chain can quickly become unwieldy as the number of transactions increase. This can result in slower transaction times and increased costs. Next, issues of privacy. While the blockchain's transparency and immutability are key features that make it an attractive solution for secure data storage, these same features can also raise concerns about personal privacy. Okay, the last one is interoperability. There are currently multiple blockchain platforms available, each with their own unique features and capabilities. This can create challenges when it comes to interoperabilities, making it difficult for different blockchains to communicate with each other. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Zaid Fatih bin Zakaria with the matric number 288618. Its benefit is firstly accuracy, where with verified and immutable data on the blockchain, there is less room for errors or fraudulent claims. Employers can have greater confidence in the accuracy of an individual's qualification and background. Secondly, data ownership. With blockchain-based identity verification, individuals have more control over their personal data. They can choose who has access to the information, giving them greater data ownership and privacy. Then efficiency, where verifying identities can be a time-consuming process, especially in recruitment. Blockchain streamlines the process, reducing paperwork and manual verification steps. This can lead to faster onboarding and reduced administrative costs. Lastly, security, where blockchain is known for its security features. It uses cryptographic techniques to protect data. Once data is stored in the blockchain, it is extremely difficult to alter or tamper with, enhancing the security of identity information.
Assalamualaikum and good day to everyone. My name is Putri Elis Alisha binti Muhammad Zamri with metric number 290034. Last but not least, I will be explaining more further about how the blockchain identity works for these three: companies, IoT devices, and individual. So firstly, we're going through the companies first. As for the companies, frequently acquire sensitive user information and that keep it alongside less sensitive routine business data. With the advent of user privacy-centric rules such as GDPR and the shifting industry focus to corporate IT accountability, well, this introduced new business risks. When these data are locked away in data vaults, they become less effective in driving product changes and achieving meaningful consumer knowledge. Many businesses will pursue costly and hazardous projects to find the correct balance between data security and businesses' objectives only after getting hefty fines or establishing better IT capabilities. Next, interconnected Internet of Things, or known as IoT, is devices and objects must securely identify sensors, monitors, and devices as well as regulate access to sensitive and non-sensitive data. To solve these service gaps, leading IT vendors have begun to develop IoT management systems. In contrast to the dozens or hundreds of traditional servers and users devices, it is not uncommon for a single firm to have tens of thousands of IoT devices. Misalignment of standards between devices is a regular issue with a large volume. Security is usually an afterthought in the already time-consuming implementation of simple management capabilities at scale, as evidenced by large-scale IoT hacking being a hot subject at major IT security conferences. In addition, there are over 7 billion internet-connected gadgets worldwide. This figure is predicted to rise to 10 billion by 2020 and 22 billion by 2025. In a still developing market, most IoT systems lack proper identity and access control capabilities, similar to how the early internet comprised exclusively of trusted institutions. Lastly, individual. Individual for identity is essential to the operation of a community and economy. The ability to properly identify ourselves and our things allows us to build healthy communities and global markets. As its most fundamental, identity is a set of assertions about person, location, or thing. For persons, this often includes their first and last name, date of birth, nationality, and some form of national identification such as a passport number, social security number (SSN), driving license number, and so on. These data points are generated by centralized identities governments and saved in centralized databases as a central government service. Citizens who have former forms of identification continue to lack complete ownership and control over their identities. They have a disjointed online identification experience and inadvertently lose value generated by their data. Companies that retain their data are frequently hacked, necessitating a lifetime of fraud mitigation for the end user. There's little to no recourse if a social security number is granted and then lost. There's little to no resource. Physical forms of identification are not widely available to every person for various reasons. Approximately 1.1 billion people worldwide don't have a way to claim ownership over their identity for the individual. This leaves 1/7 of the world's population in a vulnerable state, unable to vote in elections or even own property, open a bank account, or find employment. The inability to attain identification documentation jeopardize a person's access to the financial system and in turn limits their freedom.